and that is United Nations Agenda 21, Sustainable Development. And as I'll be talking about tomorrow, it is the inventory and control plan. Inventory and control of all land, all water, all minerals, all plants, all animals, all construction, all means of production, all food, all energy, all information, and all human beings in the world.
And everything you said was all shit. Agenda 21 is a non-binding UN action plan for sustainable development in the 21st century. Kia ora everybody, and welcome back to the Anti-Flatter Show with me, your host, Anti. Now, on today's show, we have a real wacko, but being that this is a UN thing, I thought it's best we leave it to the Lance Corporal to take care of. Old Yuri and I will chip in where we can.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Raw Truth. I hope you're all doing wonderful tonight.
Yeah, we're doing all right here at the wall. Thanks for asking.
I am slightly irritated because this is my fourth attempt. The first two times I just didn't like it. The third time I liked it, but I've been so limited to my time that I can spend on videos that it took me 3 days to finish editing it.
And it would also seem like you've been limited to filming in your toilet.
So I just finished editing it, and guess what happened? My editing software crashed, and I lost the video. So what I'm going to do right now is just get to the gist of it.
The editing software can be pain. That is why you should always save often.
And that's it. So I'm actually really excited to see a lot of my vegan friends are completely aware of what I'm about to say, and that gives me a lot of hope because I see that people are able to think without bias.
So only vegans can think without bias. You don't hear the stupid in that statement now, do you?
And that is that this whole climate agenda is a complete fraud.
So I'm assuming that you've got some pretty good evidence to back that claim up, right?
I'm not saying that we don't take bad care of this planet. Obviously, we are destroying the planet in a monumental way, and I am 100% for the bettering of our planet's environmental health. 100%.
Wait, did you not just say that it was all fraud?
That being said, you have to be skeptical. Raising taxes isn't going to fix the problem. Pushing regulations, in most cases, not going to fix the problems.
What is problem with regulation? Now, if policy in place preventing a pollutant act, then problem solved. Now, Yuri knows it is not that simple, but it is better than to do nothing.
Giving the government control over our resources also not going to fix the problem. And now some of you are probably like, well, what are you talking about, government getting control of our resources? Well,
actually, I was just going to do this. See, these are all examples of private or semi-private companies which have been responsible for some pretty serious environmental damage. See, it's not just the evil governments.
There's something called Agenda 21, a program that has been planned by the UN for quite some time now, as well as Agenda 2030, which seems to be like the weird German extension of it. They're really the same thing as far as I can tell.
So as stated by Anti, Agenda 21 is the non-binding UN action plan for sustainable development throughout the 21st century. It was first authored back in 1993. Agenda 2030 is about eliminating poverty and creating equal freedoms for everybody, as well as maintaining the environment through sustainable development. Now, they're both bloody good ideas if you ask me.
Agenda 21 is not something that we should be welcoming with open arms. It's going to take away our rights. It's going to take away our ability to harvest our own resources. We're going to be completely dependent on the government in so many ways, pretty much for every resource imaginable.
Citation needed, please. Show me where in the Agenda 21 documents it says that.
So it is a great danger to us that this is being put in place. Now, sadly, this is being pushed through environmental crisis, and there's a lot of ways to connect the dots to see that this is exactly what's happening. So,
Wait, so a UN non-binding action plan is being pushed through because of our current environmental crisis? Well, who the fuck would have guessed that?
here's the thing. This Agenda 21 is being pushed as a result of the climate crisis, okay? It's saying this is what we need to do in order to create a more sustainable planet.
Well, yes and no. It's about sustainable development, about projecting the future of human development throughout the 21st century, and to ensure that we don't kill ourselves by destroying this little mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam.
Therefore, in the name of the greater good, you have to give up your rights. It's a tale as old as time.
Tell me, what rights have you given up?
They've manipulated us before. Remember 9/11? Remember how that was completely an inside job?
Citation needed. You know what? Don't bother. Nearly 3,000 people died during that attack. Have some fucking respect.
If they would lie to us about 9/11, why wouldn't they lie to us about this? They have no shame. They have no qualms about deceiving the public to get what they want. In fact, it's the status quo for them. So why should anybody be surprised?
Says the intellectually dishonest cow filming from a toilet, disrespecting the memory of those who have passed, or shitting on a document designed to save your future without a single citation. Now, if you want my citations, links will be in the description.
Okay, this Greta Thunberg chick, she has so many red flags, I don't even know where to begin.
How about name one?
Let's see though. She is her handler, whose name I can't remember. I'll put it right there at the bottom of the screen. She is involved in with Agenda 2030. She's closely involved in that.
First, not a handler. Secondly, are you trying to tell me that an environmentalist is involved in an environmental or partially environmental action plan? No, say it ain't so.
She is involved in what is known as the One Movement, which is an organization formed by Bono. Who is the other one? I want to say Bill Gates. I'll correct it if I'm wrong on the screen. And George Soros. Big surprise there, right?
So, a non-profit organization trying to raise the standard of living and promote freedom amongst the world is involved with an action plan which is trying to eliminate poverty and create freedom and equality around the world. Next, I think you're going to be outraged to hear that the Navy, well, they're involved with ships.
And what else? She's being put on public platforms. She's being put to give a speech at the UN, and she is, she's Times Person of the Year.
Yeah, she is a damn good speaker with a really important message. Now, I thought you said at the start that you were all for protecting the environment.
What person that has a grassroots movement gets this type of attention. She keeps saying, why is nobody talking about this? But that is such bullshit, because as far as I can see, this is all anybody is talking about. This is the main topic in the mainstream media's coverage.
Talking about it in the contents of maintaining economical growth isn't the same as talking about a sustainable future.
So, you can say, why aren't we talking about this? But in reality, there are things that we really aren't talking about, like the pedophile crisis that is currently going on with the world's elite, namely with Epstein and all of his associates, which are still in control of pretty much most major legs of the world at the moment.
Now, the fact that you mentioned it means that we are talking about it. And we can talk about multiple topics: the environment, political corruption, the fact that the All Blacks are about to win the Rugby World Cup. See? It ain't hard.
What about vaccines and the fact that they are becoming mandatory and that people are losing the right to abstain from something that is highly toxic to the body?
Of course you're an anti-vaxxer. Now, you say toxic, I say citation needed.
In massive doses as well, mind you. So, yeah.
So, not toxic in small doses. Cool. So, safe then.
Things are crazy. There's definitely better ways that we can put our attention to. And also, there's better ways that we can fix the environment than begging the government to give us more legislation.
And you're right. Reduce, reuse, and recycle has been taught to me since I was young.
We can clean up the environment. We can reduce our plastic consumption. While it doesn't stop the industries from producing it, it at least eliminates the demand.
Oh, that jump was in the wrong spot. Yes, personal effort is very important, but so is preventing companies from using environmentally damaging procedures or products.
What else? There's so much we can do, and I'm in no way trying to say that we shouldn't look out for the environment. It's 100% what we should do.
So, you would support any action plan designed to protect environment, da?
And I really don't even know what else to say. There were so many points that I made in my other videos that I just don't really feel like getting into at this point. I've seen this topic covered so much since I put the video, or since I originally started working on this.
Wow! Vain much? Are you trying to say that you're the first environmentalist? Or semi-environmentalist? Or whatever the fuck you are?
And that's great, because when I started working on this, I felt like I was the only person who saw that this Greta chick is just incredibly sketchy.
Oh, so you're an idiot.
But thankfully, I realized that a lot of other people are awake to what's going on, and they're not being foolish enough to say, oh, well, the government is saying something I agree with, therefore I'm going to remove all my skepticism, because there's no logic in that line of thinking.
Нет. You cannot say you are a true skeptic until we have seen how many tabs you have opened.
That's high IQ there, mate.
Yes, but neither is this idiot nor red pill philosophy high IQ.
Fair point.
And you gotta know, you've been lied to before. There's a reason you've been lied to before, and because that reason is still there, they will lie to you again. That is it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Well, you heard it, folks. Link's gonna be in the description. And that's that. Thank you, Lance Corporal Flatter, for taking that one. Yeah, no problem, Auntie. And thank you to all of you who've watched and made it to the end. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it that thumbs up. If you're new here, we really would appreciate that subscription. As for me, well, I'll catch you next time. Ka kite.
Can anyone hear me? Foxtrot Mike 1. Under attack. Unknown force. Overrun. They have the stone. I say again. Under attack. They have the stone.